Well, hello there again. You know, I was listening to some of the news here in the state of Arizona, and it seems like there are a few of the people getting a little bit of smarts. I don't know. There's been all this stuff about the Constitution this, Constitution that, and everything. All these arguments about SCOTUS and about Congress. Well, somebody got a wild hair and they got to thinking about it. And here in the state of Arizona, the people that are registered as independent voters are slightly in the majority of parties. Now, the Republican Party comes in second with a few less registered people, and the Democrat Party comes in third with a few less registered people. And the state puts out a two-party ballot, a primary ballot. Now that primary ballot it almost always decides who is going to be the next elected person, which party, whether Republican or a Democrat. And independents to vote in the primary have to declare whether they want to vote Republican or Democrat. Now somebody finally got smart and got to looking and decided that those two crime families, the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, was doing something that wasn't fair. That got interesting for me. Now they need something like 400,000 signatures on the petition to get the idea of having one ballot that everybody votes to get it on the next election, the next, 2024. Now, I have always claimed that Republican and Democrat ballot idea, where the independents couldn't vote, was a criminal corruption of the constitutional idea of legal U.S. citizens, legal citizens of the state of Arizona or any of the 50 states, having that two-party ballot is corruption. Nobody has ever suggested that before, and it just pleases the devil out of me. Yeah, I sit there and there's some article in the paper and the computer this morning where that Romney fella out of Utah, he's not going to run for the Senate for another term, but he's saying that he's discouraged with this because his party, I think it is, doesn't believe in the Constitution. Somebody else is saying, well, the Democrats are the ones that don't believe in the Constitution. Neither one of them believes in the Constitution. If you get to looking, what is constitutional about having any kind of party affiliation with anybody that is appointed to be somebody in the federal justice system? SCOTUS. Anybody that's appointed to the Supreme Court of the United States ought to be totally against the idea of a two-party system. Anybody that becomes a federal judge ought to be against, because guess what? That two-party system, isn't that the meaning of the word nepotism? Those crime families, when they got the authority and got the superiority, can appoint anybody they want to any of those positions. So I just thoroughly am happy to see this thing in the state of Arizona. If somebody approaches me, fact is, I'll probably go out and try to find out where I can sign one of them petitions. because I want to make for sure that it gets onto that ballot for next year. But they ought to have a special election on that so that for the next primary election in 2024, it's a single ballot. Do you see my point? No, nobody does. Nobody realizes that that two-party system is democracy corrupted, which is criminal. When 500,010 Democrats can vote, 4,999 Republicans can vote, the Democrats can win and can make the independents and the Republicans slaves. There is something wrong with that. Now, you consider the taxes that we pay. The taxes have all been by the two-party discretion. The death tax on property, so that the big corporations can swoop in and pick up all the land, all the everything, unless you're one of them billionaires that don't worry about paying taxes. Or them 1%ers that they say that they pay taxes. But, well, anyway, now this kind of got to me, because our whole system is so corrupt. It ain't got anything to do with the evangelical Christians. It don't got nothing to do with the atheists. It don't got nothing to do with the pro-life, the pro-abortion. No, it's all to do with the corrupt two-party political system. Now think about it. Study it. Way back when John Adams was elected president of the United States, the Federalists swooped in and passed the Alien and Sedition Acts. Go check out what some of those Alien and Sedition Acts said. Are they all gone from our system? I don't think they are. 2 of them I know are, but I'm not sure about the other 2. Now, when you got up there and you get into that Andrew Jackson and the Indian Removal Act of 1830, guess what? That was unconstitutional as all get out. But the 2 parties, the one that wanted the land for the people and the one that didn't, that's the reason Davy Crockett quit Congress, was because he was conveniently out of town at the time for something to some favor for President Jackson, and he couldn't stand up and speak against the Indian Removal Act because he was totally against it. That Trail of Tears never should have happened. That whole system of reservations instead of states should have never happened, because the two-party system, the powerful rich and the powerful rich wanted to enslave the masses. And I like being one of the masses. I don't want to be anybody's boss. But I want everybody to leave me alone unless I want to join. And I joined the United States of America Constitution. I joined the U.S. Navy years ago for 4 years. I joined the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And so I joined what I want to join. I don't join the Republican Party because they're crooks. I don't join the Democratic Party because they're crooks. I'm an independent. Gee, maybe I'm going to get a voice in the elections if we get so we only got 1 ballot. Well, I'll talk to you later. I got a little irate over this. I ask God to bless all of you, because people have their agency. As it says in the Declaration of Independence, we hold these truths to be self-evident that all men, mankind, are created equal and endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. Among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. There's many more unalienable natural rights than life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, but nobody ever talks about it. But the Constitution was supposed to protect our liberty. See you again.